Hello everyone, my name is Campie, and today I'll be teaching you how to beat the level 60 event, the Dread Manor. The difficulty of this event, I would say, could be tricky. You don't need to do a lot of DPS, but depending on how squishy you are, you might want to play this level slow, and it might be more drawn out that way. But if you have a lot of armor and life and some lifesteal, you can actually beat this event really quickly by kind of tanking enemies and kind of killing them while they're hitting you. And all the bosses in this level, they're kind of tankable, even if you're not a knight with protection spells. You don't even need to use protection potion, dodge potion. But if you're still kind of squishy, you don't have a lot of life, you might want to avoid taking a lot of damage, because the enemies in this level, they don't have a lot of hit points, but they do a lot of damage. I would advise killing the flag carriers first. The blue flag carriers give a defense buff to all the enemies surrounding the flag carrier. It would take a lot longer to kill enemies if they're affected by the blue flag carrier. The red flag carriers give a damage buff to enemies. If you have a decent amount of armor and life, then the only enemy you really have to worry about is the skeletal archer, especially if there's two of them, or if there's a red flag carrier buffing that skeletal archer. The smaller archers aren't as bad. The skeletal archers have a power shot, and it looks like they can do another special shot where they can shoot 3 times really quickly. In the power shot, you can't dodge, and it probably does around 10,000 still if you don't include armor into the equation. So deal with all the groups first, one at a time, and then don't forget to kill any stragglers, and don't aggro the boss until all the minions have been dealt with. If you have decent armor and health, you can just dot up and attack and tank and spank the boss. Once the boss reaches half health, he'll go berserk and he'll do 2 or 3 times more damage than usual. For me, that time I just tanked and spanked him, but if you're kind of squishy, you definitely don't want to be hit by him, and especially not when he's berserk. He might 1 or 2 shot you if you're squishy. For this next boss, it's comprised of the big mother spider, medium-sized spiders, and them summoning a bunch of little spiders. If you have a decent amount of life and health, you might be able to get away with tanking and spanking the boss. Just focus on the mother spider first, and then the medium-sized spiders. The medium-sized spiders can attack you from far away, and they do a lot of damage, so I take care of them first. If you're surrounded by a bunch of little spiders, you can switch to them and destroy them with AoE attacks. Killing the medium-sized spiders will prevent them from summoning a steady stream of little spiders. And there would be 2 more medium-sized spiders on bottom there. They won't move up, they'll just stand there and constantly summon a steady stream of little spiders. And in the middle of the map, there's a big casket there. That's where the last boss will appear, but we have to kill all 3 side bosses first. Here I dot up the Forsaken Vampire. He has a move where he'll leech life from me, so it'll damage me and at the same time fill up his health bar. So if I incinerate him and run away when he's trying to steal life from me, that's the easiest way to deal with him. Because if you just want to tank and spank him, you need to deal a lot of damage to him, or else he'll just constantly steal your life and you'll be drinking like potions and eating your turkey legs like crazy. So once the vampire is dead, I'll just move in and kill the skeletal archers. The skeletal archers are probably more dangerous. They do a lot of damage, and you can't dodge their power shot attack. The little melee skeletons and the big melee skeletons, they're not that bad. If you have decent amount of armor, then I wouldn't worry about them. So I pretty much let the little skeletons surround me, and I just target and focus down the skeletal knight or the archer ones. And once they're dead, then there's not much to sweat. There's about 4 groups of these enemies. Each group has a vampire. So you pretty much rinse and repeat. Try to pick off the vampires first and then the skeletal archers. And if you're kind of squishy, you might want to hit and run more often. And if you're a squishy knight, you might want to wait for your cooldowns to reset and then use the productive spells. And careful when running away from last group, because there will be suicide ghouls, which I kind of forgot about at that moment. And that AoE, where those purple, or I mean blue meteorites fall down, they don't do too much damage. So I don't really run usually don't run when I'm getting hit by them. So now that all 3 side bosses are dead, I'm going to move back to the middle of the map where I will engage the last main boss. Click on a big casket and he pops out. And then you can start damaging him, but then he'll quickly disappear and 4 little caskets will appear. Try to kill as many of the little caskets as you can, because if you don't kill them, an enemy will pop out of each unkilled mini casket. In this run, I'm not using any cooldown or damage potions, so I want to make this event as difficult as it can. So maybe the less powerful players can see how they might deal with this boss if they weren't as powerful as some of the other players out there. The boss does moderate to high damage. Moderate. I can pretty much tank and spank him, but I would need to eat turkey legs, and I had to consume a potion at the last moment because I was worried he might kill me. I don't know. But you pretty much could hit and run him and take your time killing him, but it'll be pretty long and drawn out, because if you don't kill him within 15 seconds, he'll just disappear again and 4 more mini caskets will pop up, and it'll just be a pain in the ass. But if you can tech and spank him and you deal a lot of damage, then you can pretty much finish it within like 15-20 seconds, especially if you use a damage or cooldown potion. So that's pretty much it. If you're experienced at events and you have a lot of damage and defense armor, then you'll be able to beat this event pretty easily, pretty quickly. But if you're kind of squishy, this event definitely will be tricky. You'll be running around more. The boss fights will be more drawn out, and you'll need more potions as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope to catch you in the next video, and I will see you later. Bye bye. Is gushing out. I can really saw my teeth. I'm filling it up with this drug. Is it drug?